is from Biloxi, Mississippi. His education included, or culminated in, a GED in 2005 after many years of struggle. His affiliation with New Orleans, he can't stay away from Harrah's Casino for more than a month at a time. His relationship to architecture, he considers himself a connoisseur of New Orleans architecture because he spends so much time in the French Quarter. He also attends every Saints home game and considers the Superdome to be the best building ever made. As he put it once to me so poignantly, it's his dome, sweet dome. Now, the reasons for his having been selected by the students as the commencement speaker, I understand, are as follows. Tulane students appreciate his unique perspective on architecture as an enthusiastic layperson committed to an ongoing personal study of the urban experience of this great city. Now, I have been looking forward to this moment ever since I was informed of this student selection. Without further ado, and with some degree of trepidation, please welcome Uncle Wayne.
Y'all hear me all right? Everything's good? First of all, thank you, Dean Schwartz. Thank you for elaborating on my humble origins. Thank you, faculty, for tolerating a colleague with no academic experience whatsoever. But most of all, thank you, parents, for rearing this fine group of people over here that I've been so privileged to come to know the past 5 years. And I know what you're all thinking right now. You're thinking, what is he doing? What does Uncle Wayne know about architecture, right? Well, let me tell you something. This ain't my first rodeo, right? I've been all over this town. I've been to the French Quarter. I've been downtown. I've been to the Superdome, God knows how many times. Who dat? I've even been to the Pizza Italian. So you can see, I know a thing or two. I know the difference between a Francoid right and a Francoid wrong, you might say. But don't let my southern charm fool me. I can be a ferocious streak. Which brings me to my first point. Well, I went to that thesis show, and I was not very familiar with this term, thesis. So I looked it up on the interweb, and I discovered that a thesis is a proposition put forward for consideration, especially one to be maintained against objection. Class of 2010, I object. There is no way on earth I would go into one of these thesis buildings. I mean, for real, seriously, who taught you structures? I don't think y'all know the first thing about building stuff. Well, except the bike racks, and the bookshelves, the house in Central City. Okay, so I retract my statement. You know a few things. Let's get back to the thesis show here. So, I've also come to discover that at Tulane School of Architecture there is a tradition of taking the 8 most ridiculous, most obscene proposals and sending them downtown for public humiliation at the Albany Museum. I mean, seriously, have y'all seen the Ogden 8 proposals? Have you seen Carver's balls? Where's Carver's at? Raise your hand. Carver's balls. He is defacing the most beautiful structure ever made on this planet, with techno screens and all sorts of gizmos and gadgets that who do and what do. Ooh, it disgusts me. And what about this guy, Louis Kim Young-Yes, I believe. Behavioral systems, non-linearity, and algorithmic design. On the moon. Let me just say this. Houston, we have a problem. Louis is lost in space. And if I understand the project correctly, and I think I do, he relied heavily on his computer machine. You are the Katrina class, right? You've been called the Katrina class. You were the kids who you said, okay, I was going to go to New Orleans. New Orleans is underwater. I'm going to go for a swim for 5 years. And so the question today is, what did the murky waters of Tulane School of Architecture have in store for you? First, we have Reed Prologue. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. Hitting around the fire, singing one, right? So who picked up the slack? We had Interim Dean Scott Bernard with the valiant effort by our own Associate Dean, Professor Elizabeth Demar. Now, little known fact about Elizabeth Demar. She speaks German, which is Deutsch. She speaks French, Francais, and she speaks some English occasionally. So what happened after that? So I guess you've seen it all. You've seen it all. But you know what? The tassel is worth the hassle. Wise man once told me that. And now you're done. Isn't that great? What a timely completion, too. I mean, seriously, the job market is nearly ideal if your aspirations are to clean up oil. But it's okay. Nothing will deter this Katrina class. I know that to be true. They have been tried by fire, forced to determine success or failure for themselves in the midst of constant change. And your commitment to this task will not fail you in the future. I'm sure you'll all go on to design all sorts of wild stuff. Heck, some of you might even go on to get a real master's degree. I think it's a March 2 they call that, maybe a Mach 2. But it's okay, today is a day for a celebration. Because we have already, you, not me, I ain't doing this, you have already achieved greatness. So much greatness that you have made history. In fact, this is the first graduating class from the Tulane School of Architecture in history to have attained a Super Bowl victory for the boys in black and gold. And I think that just about covers each jump, so I'm going to turn my attention to the faculty for a minute. You're a confusing group of people. You expected greatness on the Friday after Mardi Gras in midterm reviews. You told us we were real close to failing 1 month before our thesis projects were to be turned in. And though I do not understand these strange practices, I certainly appreciate you. I do. I appreciate you. For you have certainly provoked such passion and such discontent in these young minds that this class has both defied you and learned from you with the same drive for excellence. However, it's very clear to me that on the road to excellence there have been a few too many pit stops at the goal line and paddles, you know what I mean? But at least you're driving. At least you're driving. So today I'd like to say thank you, faculty. And may the Schwartz be with you. Now, and for at least a few more years, right? Now here's the emotional part for you guys, so I'm going to put a little background music on. Now hear that, right? So to you, graduating class of 2010, I say may you soar like great architect pelicans, diving into the gulf of ideas to consume the sweet trout of novelty and poop out some great architecture.